when you need to pay taxes even during the year you have only employment income. Hi, my name is Anupam Saha. I'm an accountant. I regularly upload video in my YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook regarding how to save tax. If you want to save tax, please follow me in YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Sometimes I get question from my viewer that I have only employment income during the whole tax year. Why HMRC asking me to pay extra tax? Today I'm going to talk about that. Number one, if you have two jobs during the tax year, if you have two jobs and both of the job you actually say to employer it is your first job, then both of the job employer never deducts any tax. So at the end of the tax year from 6th April to 5th April when the tax year finishes, if your both of the job income more than 12,570, then obviously you need to pay some taxes. HMRC will normally ask that tax to pay back. Number two, marriage allowance. Sometimes you claim marriage allowance for your spouse and then you paid a bit less tax. But at the end of the tax year, if your spouse income more than 12,570, then you cannot claim anymore the marriage allowance. So the marriage allowance tax you saved, you need to pay back to HMRC. Higher income. If during the tax year, if your income more than 100,000, then every £2 you earn on top of 100,000, you actually lose £1 of your personal allowance. What does that mean? If your income is 125,140 pounds during the tax year, you actually completely lose your personal allowance. So if your employer at the beginning, if they claim the personal allowance and they paid less tax, then obviously at the year end you need to pay taxes and HMRC will ask you to do a tax return in that case. Tax code. Sometimes HMRC actually issue tax code, and if you don't follow the tax code, obviously you might never pay right tax. So at the end of the year, HMRC might ask you to pay the tax back to them. Number five, outstanding tax. Sometimes HMRC actually collect the outstanding tax through the tax code. So if you never followed the right tax code, or if you followed normal tax code 12570 L, that means HMRC will ask you to pay back the tax.